And these are my backup plants, my other backup plants that are out the front. Basically I've got the full spread of species out here. If something drastic happens out the back, like we have a hailstorm that comes through and trashes everything before I put the roof up, I can always fall back on these. And I've got also quite a few of my peppers in here. Yeah, this tomato here is a Rouge de Marmande, which I've planted in a mixture of coco, coir and some bagged garden soil I got from the hardware store up the street. It's basically a 50-50 deal. But I've discovered it makes for really good root growth. What we'll do is we'll just pull this one out. Now that's, for a seedling, some pretty impressive root growth in a pot of that size. You can see at the top there, that's all coco coir up the top. There's a bit of soil down the bottom, but there's nothing fantastic about the mix, except for this is all block coir. And what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how I desalt the block coir, as it's okay for people who have access to other things, but living in Western New South Wales, where it's 50 miles to the nearest hydroponic shop, block coir is much easier to get from the hardware store. Now, this is where I expand the coir. The way I do it is I get an old Dutch bucket in it, which has got the drain holes cut in it. I stick it into a solid bucket, throw in the block of coir, get a bucket of water, and empty it in. Now what will happen is that coir will simply expand in there. The outer bucket will hold the water in. The salt will come out into the water. When I want to drain it, I simply pull the inner out and I put it over here, like this one, which I did earlier. Now, that's just another Dutch bucket in it, same idea, but the coir in this has been fully expanded and the battery's about to run out. Yeah, the coir in this bucket is fully expanded and ready to use from a hydration point of view, but because this has only been rinsed once, it probably, well, it needs another 6 or another 5 rinses if you ask me. Basically what I do is I flood the bucket on 6 consecutive nights, and I'll just swap this one over with the one that we flooded earlier. This one here is now, as you can see, that one's fully expanded. What I'll do is I'll get it out and drain it, and I'll put the other one back in the bucket, fill it up with water. That one will simply drain out there. This one can go back in the bucket. You can see how quickly that started to drain away. Doesn't take long to drain them out. But what we'll do now is we'll just fill up the previously expanded block. I haven't got a bucket full of water, so it's going to have to make do with the hose. All I do is rinse it out again, fill it up. I'll swap these buckets over half a dozen times. Like I'll just swap, I'll leave that the way it is and swap them over tomorrow morning. Okay, I've got one of these blocks of coir fully washed out now. I'll put it into the mixing tote. So all I'll do now is if I wanted to use this as pure coir, I just leave it as it is, fill whatever container I want. As it turns out, I want to use some garden soil. I just got this stuff from the hardware store, which I know is quite a lot of sand. It's cheap, it's only about $4. So I mix half a bag of this with half a bag of the coir, then put in a stir of fertilizer, solid fertilizer, just a complete fertilizer, 10-10-10, something like that. Now you can see that that's pretty friable stuff. There's a bit of wood chip in there, but it's there's a fair bit of sandy stuff in there. So I just get some fertilizer and mix a handful of that. Now just mix this stuff together. Dig it out of one half. It'll mix pretty good. Now I've just filled a small 10-litre bucket with that potting mix we just mixed. Obviously no point in waiting to mix up the other half before I use it. I've got a jalapeno plant out, and that's some pretty nice root growth on that. So what we're going to do is just take some of the old dirt, put it back in the potting mix, make a hole, and put this little devil in it. And that is how I'm doing it.